According to Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, the state has become the epicenter of a nationwide bird flu surge affecting poultry farms. That statement reflects both the number of affected flocks and the intensity of response efforts now underway across the state. This surge involves highly pathogenic avian influenza, commonly referred to as HPAI. It is a fast-spreading viral disease that primarily affects birds, especially commercial poultry such as chickens and turkeys. When detected inside a flock, the response is immediate and strict. The flock is quarantined and typically depopulated to prevent further spread. Pennsylvania's role in this story is significant because of its position in U.S. agriculture. The state consistently ranks among the top poultry-producing states in the country. It is one of the nation's leading egg producers and has a strong broiler and turkey industry. That means when outbreaks occur there, the implications can extend beyond state lines and influence supply chains nationally. Governor Shapiro's characterization of Pennsylvania as the epicenter highlights both the scale of confirmed cases and the urgency of coordinated containment efforts. Highly pathogenic avian influenza spreads in several ways. Wild migratory birds are considered one of the primary carriers. They may not show symptoms, but can shed the virus through droppings and saliva. When commercial poultry operations are exposed, whether through contaminated water, feed, equipment, or contact with wild birds, the virus can enter barns housing thousands of birds. Once inside a poultry house, transmission can be rapid. Commercial poultry operations often house birds in close proximity. That efficiency supports production, but it also means diseases can move quickly through a flock. For that reason, strict biosecurity protocols are essential. Biosecurity refers to the practices designed to prevent disease introduction and spread. In response to the surge, Pennsylvania poultry producers are tightening those protocols. Farms are limiting visitor access. Vehicles entering properties are disinfected. Workers change clothing and footwear before entering barns. Wildlife control measures are strengthened. Some operations are increasing testing frequency to detect infection earlier. Universities and livestock health specialists are also engaged. Veterinary experts are monitoring virus strains, studying transmission patterns, and advising producers on prevention strategies. State agriculture departments are working closely with federal partners, including the United States Department of Agriculture, to coordinate surveillance and response efforts. At the federal level, the USDA oversees testing, reporting, and indemnity payments to affected producers. When flocks are depopulated due to confirmed HPAI, compensation programs help offset some of the financial losses. The economic stakes are substantial. Poultry is a major contributor to Pennsylvania's agricultural economy. Beyond farm income, there are ripple effects across feed suppliers, hatcheries, trucking companies, processing facilities, equipment providers, and rural communities. When a flock is lost, it can take months to clean facilities, test negative, restock birds, and return to full production. During that time, revenue is disrupted and operational costs continue. The impact can also be seen at the consumer level. In previous nationwide bird flu waves, egg prices increased due to reduced supply. Large-scale depopulations lower production, and markets adjust accordingly. While price movements depend on many factors, including feed costs and demand, disease outbreaks can tighten supply in the short term. Food safety authorities consistently emphasize that properly cooked poultry and eggs remain safe to consume. The virus does not survive standard cooking temperatures. The primary risk remains within bird populations, not the general food supply. Trade implications are another factor. When outbreaks are confirmed, some international trading partners may place temporary restrictions on poultry imports from affected regions. Those measures can affect export volumes and add economic pressure to producers. Bird flu outbreaks are not new to the United States. A major outbreak occurred in 2015, resulting in the loss of tens of millions of birds nationwide. More recent waves began resurfacing in 2022 and have persisted in varying degrees. What makes the current surge notable is its scale and duration across multiple states and seasons. The virus appears to be circulating among wild bird populations more consistently, increasing the risk of repeated introductions into commercial flocks. Pennsylvania's designation as an epicenter does not mean the state is alone. Other states are also managing cases. However, Pennsylvania's concentration of poultry production means its numbers draw particular attention. State officials have emphasized coordination rather than alarm. Governor Shapiro's statement reflects awareness and mobilization. State agriculture leaders are communicating directly with producers. Emergency response teams are active. Public updates are being issued. Farmers themselves are on the front lines. For producers, this is more than a headline. It represents significant operational stress. The financial and emotional toll of losing a flock can be substantial. Many producers invest heavily in preventative infrastructure, upgraded ventilation systems, enclosed housing, and advanced monitoring equipment, yet the risk remains. Weather and migration patterns may influence the coming months. As migratory birds move along established flyways, exposure risk can fluctuate. Seasonal transitions often coincide with changes in outbreak intensity. Monitoring those patterns helps officials anticipate potential spikes. Despite the seriousness of the surge, there are also signs of resilience within the industry. The poultry sector has strengthened biosecurity dramatically over the past decade. Lessons from previous outbreaks have improved response speed, testing capabilities, and communication networks. Early detection systems are more sophisticated. Reporting channels are clearer. Coordination between state and federal agencies is more streamlined. The coming weeks and months will be important. If containment measures limit spread and no large additional clusters emerge, production could stabilize. If cases expand significantly, further depopulations could impact supply more noticeably. At this stage, the priority remains containment, transparency, and prevention. Producers are maintaining heightened biosecurity. Veterinary experts are studying transmission. State and federal agencies are coordinating response. And markets are watching closely. While the term epicenter underscores the seriousness of the surge, it also signals concentrated attention and resources. The agricultural community is mobilized and established response frameworks are in place. Pennsylvania's poultry industry is experienced, adaptive, and deeply rooted in rural communities. Disease outbreaks present serious challenges, but they are not unfamiliar territory. For now, the situation continues to evolve. Officials are urging vigilance. Farmers are reinforcing protective measures. Consumers are encouraged to remain informed but not alarmed. The broader goal is clear: protect animal health, stabilize production, and support the farmers and workers who sustain one of America's most essential food systems. As new data emerges, response strategies will adjust accordingly. The focus remains steady: contain the virus, maintain food safety, and preserve the strength of U.S. agriculture during a challenging moment.